Liquid because of the healer shit for Echo. You think Xal'atath missing is going to cost Echo the race? I mean, he's a very good healer, obviously. But yeah. Is Midwinter still a thing? Nah, Midwinter retired a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think they threw in the towel finally. I can't even remember. Method is when? I think Method's going to be... I think Method's going to certainly put on a show right now. Let's put it that way. Like, I don't think it's too out of the question that... Oh, I should have a bunch of... Hold up. Hold up. Put some of these bad boys in. Like it's not going to be a 2-horse race anymore. It was already kind of only like... It was like a 2.5-horse race. Maybe not this tier, but soon. What's going on with Method? They just have a lot of money, man. They have money. They've been performing well. They keep getting more players. When back about my career, what I say I'm most proud of? I don't really know. I don't really think there's like one specific thing I'm most proud of in my career. I think just overall we had a lot of fun. Including things like MDI and all that kind of stuff. Not just about raiding, you know. I think I left a nice footprint in my time. What we're doing here. Ah, yes. What does this do? More null lotus and gathering lure drop. What's the next most expensive herb after lure drop? Anybody know? Is it Earthor Spear or Orbinid? Orbinid T3 was pretty bonkers. Yesterday it was like 250 per. I fully retired. I haven't touched WoW in a year. I just came back for this expansion to check it out. I have no plans on raiding right now. Classic chat. First person Spear, second Orbinid. This expansion is my closest to winning. Nighthold. Favorite raid? Probably BRF. With Blackhand. Arathor's rank 3 is more than Orbinid rank 3? Really? I mean, you're memeing, but I actually quite enjoyed Halandris. Like, that shit's right up my alley. I love that kind of stuff. What happens if I say redhead? Bap. Plain bagel or everything bagel? Depends on where it's from. I mean, let's just get her done. Although, what are we getting more from this area? We're getting more Orbinid in this zone than we are this. Lure drop and Arathor's. Okay, fine. I trust for some reason. Some weird friggin' reason I trust Twitch chat. Biggest mistake of my life. Deftness sucks. Deftness sucks. Got to rip our Filarino. Well, we could do, actually, we just split them. We'll do one Orbinid, one Arathor. Yeah. That's what we do. Cool. What time is it? 9:30. Yeah, probably like 1 or 2 more files worth before we Space Marine with Ken Tiger and Josh. Hey, did you not say level 1 Hogger raid? Oh, my mistake, dude. What was I thinking? That new meme that certainly has gotten stale in 20 years. Oh, why did it dismount? Oh, because I was floating above the air. Do you remember the For the Horde notifications preparation for BFA? Yep. That was my financially most successful WoW stream we've ever had. And it was also the one that drove people most insane with the Sylvanas Banshee scream. Every fucking 5 seconds when people are gift subbing like crazy. And then we were forced to change it around a bit so it didn't drive people as crazy. It was awesome. It was a very cool effect, for sure. We used it for a long time. But we changed the scream to like a For the Horde thing, so she didn't scream literally. There was like a 5% chance for a scream in the end. I was also, before, I used to have my alerts bundled for gifted subs. So if somebody gifted like, 100 subs or whatever, it would literally play the alert 100 times in a row, instead of just one alert saying, person X has gifted 100 subs. Say what you will about BFA. BFA had a fucking banger cinematic, dude. Their opening cinematic. I hate Sylvanas Rhodosaurus. I don't like Sylvanas. But that cinematic was fucking banger. Opening cinematic for the expansion. They don't make them like they used to. Shadowlands one was okay, too. Dragonflight one was pretty meh, IMO. Times in the row is the best part. Oh yeah, bro, it stressed me the fuck out because people started complaining and it was just like everything was going, there's just so much stuff happening. I was like, oh no, how do I fix this like right now? I couldn't. Am I blind? Oh. Do you find Enemy Cinematic was the best cinematic in the history of all? Of WoW lore? Oh, with Joe Call. BFA, I mentioned this the other day too. BFA was also awesome cinematic-wise because they pumped out like 6 or 7 CGIs on expansion, and they're always fucking baller. Sorfang's death and all that kind of stuff. Those were badass. I don't know why they don't do more of that. I mean, it's probably... I was going to say it's probably expensive, but I don't really think money's a concern to them. Oh, sorry, DF ending. I'm so completely, or was so completely checked out of WoW lore. Like, the beginning of DF, I was like, out of there, dude. I mean, Shadowlands basically lost me, and DF was the nail in the coffin for lore interest. And now I'm back and curious what's going on. Which is why we're talking with Nobble tomorrow, by the way. Nobble's going to drop by stream. I'll chat with him for 2 hours. Nothing like a big official interview. Nobble and I do this thing every few months, once in a while. He just kind of drops by and we just talk randomly about lore shit. Not Josh. Actual lore. So he's just going to drop by. I haven't prepared any questions. I should probably DM him actually tomorrow. I'm going to ask you any questions, or we're just going to powwow about random shit. The answer is we're probably going to powwow about random shit. Shadowlands murdered everything. Yeah, it was pretty poor, dude. Nope. That's nope. It was pretty poor. Josh is an actual lore. He's a phony. Does that really surprise you, though? druid's so much faster at collecting herbs than everyone. Like a Tauren thing? No, they just have +5 herbalism skill. Tauren, right? There we go. Dev don't regret taking a break after BFA system lands, and even DF do not regret playing DF as much as the 3 expansion break. The 3 expansion break was nice. Are you back playing now? Are you playing TWW? I mean, I came for the expansion interest in crafting and gathering. I stayed for the excellent earth and voice acting. How about you guys? You got all the healers and tanks leveled. Ready to go for season 1? Nice, man. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, sometimes taking a break and stepping away is, you know, it's important. It's good. Wait. You can't get coiling shadows in this zone, I just realized, right? Or whatever the fuck it is, that crafting mat. Because there's no, like, a shadowed version of nodes. That is actually kind of a problem. Might just have to, like, do half this zone, half, what's it called? You know, that other zone with all the spooters. Azj-Kahet. Rank 1s. It's an explosive node. We ignore those. When did I start playing WoW? In 2004? Oh, man. Oh, why? Fucking explosive nodes, dude. They're so shit. Sounds like a skill issue that I started playing WoW in 2004. Easy mine? Bro, they're literally not worth the time. Even solo, unless you overload them. They're just shit. Shit design nodes. I just sit there mining for 10 seconds. I don't know that gives you as much as any other node and nothing else special. Is English GA really that bad? Well, okay, so what it is, if we're to only half meme about it, is I feel like the voice or art director or whatever for Earthen was like, all right, well, these guys are kind of mechanical and shit, so let's make them sound, you know, like a little robotic. And I feel like that information was passed on to the voice actors. And the voice actors are like, got it. We're going to make them sound like, you know, kind of machiney and shit. But then, somewhere along the line, they just ended up sounding like they're reading off a script and board. Allow me to demonstrate. So this is the one we like to meme, right? This is from the Rookery dungeon, yeah?
We have to take it down.
There you go. They all sound like that. not good. And the way the lines are cut and everything, not good. I'm not really sure who's to blame here. If it's the voice actors or the director, the art director for this, but it came across kind of bad. Ended up kind of shit. It's like dubbed anime where the voices don't fit the character. It's not that they don't fit the characters. That's what I'm saying. I think thematically that's what they were trying to go for, but it just like sounds weird. They all sound like that as a voice director. I mean, you heard what's her name, Moira or whatever, like the leader of one of the leaders of the dwarves. I mean, they all sound like that too. She sounds like that too, kind of. They made them all talk like this because they are mechanical, and therefore they are part of the Alliance and the Horde. They all talk like that. There's no way they listen to those bits, and I mean, it's probably such a not big focus for them that they're probably like, yeah, good enough. I mean, come on, is this the first time you've in your history of playing World of Warcraft that they've done something that you're like, how did they look at that and think that was okay? Because I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of those over the years. Where to begin? Torghast. There's a good one. Begin discussion. Azurite armor. I didn't hate Azurite armor that much, man. Also, semi hot take. I do kind of think that the concept. I'm gonna say it again. Plug your ears. The concept of Azurite power and artifact power, I think, are a good thing for World of Warcraft. Now, very carefully understand that I'm saying the concept of it. Not necessarily the way it was implemented, because that had a lot of problems. But the concept of it, I think, is healthy for the game. AKA take a big foot, like take your foot off the gas with making it as incredibly linked to player power. Still have some, but like such a low fraction that it's not even worth doing. But it still like gives you that dopamine hit. And make it mostly tied to cosmetics, blah, 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 shit like that. Kind of like what they tried to do in Shadowlands, although that was a little weird too. Fuck Pearls. I love that band. It's my favorite. I feel like modern Warcraft has gone too far in the direction of gating and like cutting back on farming if people want to farm. And I think part of that is because they can't really get the balance right of what's too much in terms of making people feel like they need to, but like while still making it something worth farming, which I don't really believe is that hard to hit, but whatever. Like, bro, take me back to the days where you could slap a tabard on and then grind rep that way. Or if I want to, grind, you know, mobs for 1 rep a pop. Or 1 rep every 10 kills. You know, so something stupid. Like, if you want to degenerate, go degenerate. I don't like that kind of restriction. Boom, 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 boom. It's personal. Obviously not everyone's going to agree with that. Bring back old satchels, too. Old roll call satchels for dungeons. And make an M+ version of it. The ones that could actually drop mini pets and all the mounts in the game and stuff. That was them shits were the tits. Not these shitty ones that just give you gold and, whatever the fuck it's called. Forget. You know, the goddamn runes or whatever. Is that what I'm doing right now? Grinding. I'm not grinding progression though, right? I'm grinding gold right now. I'm grinding gold and I'm grinding materials to limited progression. There's no progression here. I'm not getting any player power or player progression or anything. Just getting herbs and selling them. What is it, animals? Why are you so meowy, dude? It's because you're a degenerate? I know. I mean, I can't say what I like. Doing herbing mining with slowing down leveling? Yeah, the amount of herbs and the amount of nodes in this expansion is insane. But I think it's just because they made it much harder to get T3s. There's higher quantity, but less quality on average. Can't say what you're on stream. Fair. I feel like warbands help make borrowed power a thing. But I've never understood this concept of people complaining about borrowed power. Because I don't think people understand, some people understand what borrowed power is. You see that nice trinket that you want to get from that dungeon? That's borrowed power. Now what? I think what people are complaining about was when there was too much and too many systems. But having 0 borrowed power is terribly shitty for the game. You don't want borrowed power, then everyone just runs around naked, right?
Can I borrow a power plaza?
Boom, boom, boom. Number what? Oh, Josh. I think you're the 63 Josh. I don't know why I said plaza. I was like, what, we're going to the plaza? See, that I agree with. Yes. Yes. That I agree with poor design. Making things so core to your character and the way they played, and then losing it 2 years later. On the flip side, devil's advocate here for a second. One might argue that is not a bad thing because it's fun to have the classes change up like that all the time, right? If how are we gonna feel if these classes, we had hero powers now, right? What if by 13.0 nothing changes about the classes? Is that a good or a bad thing? That's not a loaded question. I think different people will say different things here. I think some people will find their shit stale. Some people will be like, oh yes, I like it this way because change is scary. And therefore they don't like McDonald's when they have their slogan, change is good. Oh shit. Wrong DH. They talked about it being evergreen and baked in, but the thing is, eventually something needs to be pruned, right? They can't add new hero talents every expansion. In a game that's running for 20 years and is planning on running another 20 years and whatever, at some point they're going to need to prune again. They can't just keep adding shit, right? So then the design options are don't add anything ever again. Add stuff knowing we're going to have to prune it eventually somehow, whether it's redesign, consolidation, whatever, or add temporary powers that are expansion based that come and go. Which ironically is kind of what will happen when they prune, right? It just won't be expansion based, it'll be every 2 or 3 expansions, whatever. But they can't just keep adding shit. They're just not gonna add it. Bro, have you seen Prot Warriors and Blood DKs? And Brewmasters are getting there? I'm just talking in the realm of tanks. There's probably some DPS like this too. The amount of buttons they have is it's just way too much. The button bloat is real, dude. Don't get me wrong, I think it's fun to have different tools and stuff like that, but fuck me. Not adding stuff's never an option. Well, yeah, because if you don't add stuff, then people... I mean, there are people I remember when I first came back, to check out the expansion that were like, oh, I was going to check out this expansion, but there's no new class or there's no new race. I don't care. I don't think they knew about Earthen, but like, you know what I mean? Like, people want new shit. Because they don't, like, nobody thinks about like the long-term effects on the game. Often they just think about like, well, what's fun in the moment. Because to be fair, also a lot of people are probably just, they just pop in, play for a month, and then they're outie. They play for the next major patch, then they're outie. And they come back and they check out the new expansion. What's new? I want something new. Wait, they didn't add anything since last I played 8 months ago? Fuck this. So, I mean, they need to do it for reasons beyond just balancing for the game and whatever. They need to attract new customers. 'Tis a business, after all. Well, Dara, man, thanks for the 82 primer. No, Prop Paladin's fine. As Prop Warrior has a lot. Either way, I don't know, but what I do know is, I mean, eventually this will just be an issue again, right? One way or another. Yeah, we're getting iridescent spores here, but none of the shadows. So yeah, we're gonna have to split half our time here, half our time in Azj-Kahet for sure. Future note to self. To be fair, Blizzard always present the option as a false dichotomy. Just turned into you either have too much or nothing at all. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree that they, God damn it, that they presented it that way. Like, I'm curious, like, what are they gonna do for 12.0? What's the shtick gonna be? New class, a new spec, a third hero talent for everyone. I don't know, but there's gonna be something. You know, there's gonna be something. But what the fuck are these nodes that are guarded by 800 mobs? Damn, 6 T3 lure drops from that. Holy, one guy proc 6. Have one guy tank, have the others loot. Good stuff. The Angel got a third spec. Yeah, healing spec. They'll fucking shoot eye beams of love on people. But they'll be pink colored. What the fuck?